Friends of our channel and YouTubers, welcome. Answers of an Alien from Andromeda, Video 114, March 24, 2014. Friends, I had things to do from here, but returned. About the planet, as I said earlier, the Pacific Ring of Fire will show signs of overload clockwise. Observe this factor. This was the long-awaited moment in thy elite's agenda, to merge natural emergencies with pre-established plans for your people. The time is coming. Thy nuclear plants should have been decommissioned a year ago, but were not purposely. Several accidents may happen or be forged to cause turmoil in populations. As some of you may know, I had instructions not to disclose information about localized events, as this could cause some kind of social reaction, and we have no license to act as prophets. But many of you have the ability to understand a few things between the lines of our conversations, and take your conclusions. Yes, the final moments of testing viability of your societies are coming up quickly. I imagine most of you are managing to feel the tension in the atmosphere, the feeling that something might happen imminent. Well, almost everything that gets through 2014, good or bad, may continue in the coming years. Mithy, are you able to locate our aircraft which may have suffered some kind of accident? We could find if we had the details of the fact, but we cannot engage directly with the random events. There are thousands of flights of your aircraft, daily, and we do not monitor the activities of each of them, whether because it is not our business. So the only thing I can say for sure is that there was no abduction of that aircraft by any alien race, because this activity is being monitored by Pleiadians and nothing is removed from the planet without being catalogued by them. This event is most likely a result of some of your political dissent groups to create expectations or delete any unilateral threat. And no, there will be no alien invasion, or Nephilim, or Greys. There will be races supporting their ancestral colonies, nothing more. As I've said before and long ago, Russia, China and the Middle East are a group that has never been integrated in the faction of elites who control the planet. Always been endured and considered as a second-class citizens. But the problem is that they armed themselves about the same time that your elites after the last World War, having simultaneous access to atomic weapons technologies developed by your scientists in Germany. The geopolitical behavior of your planet is heading towards a possible confrontation of these two factions, and second, all trends indicate, Russians and Middle East take care of the West, and China will take care of Asia and Europe. I'm not giving dates, but as a scientist in this area I say that these trends will take root in very little time, taking advantage of natural disasters and other scheduled disasters. See, the cast of your ruling elites exclude elements of the Middle East, Russians, Jews, or Asians. These races were considered by them as a second useful class over a long period, and have now become a problem. The top of your social pyramid will fall, and the other top will attempt to install in place, but they will have the surprise, they will not get there, how they want, as this colony will follow rules of galactical community shortly after such dispute happens indeed. Many spacecraft have already begun to show sporadically, to begin familiarizing people about our presence on the planet, even without the official consent of the Community Galactica, which has done blind eye to these events. Large fleets of spacecraft races who planted their seeds here are based on base Antarctica, sending reconnaissance units to all points of the globe for their final evaluations. Each one can take specific measures with respect to their ethnic groups, if approved by the board in Community Galactica. Mythy. Some say there is a class of elongated skulls living among us. This is true? You have asked me about the Nightcrawlers, the Sasquatch, the Sirens, the Dolphins, the Reptilians, but never asked me how many races of intelligent beings living here on the planet. I guess I always waited for that question never asked. Well, my friends, yes, there is a breed that descends directly from Atoons. There are more than 40,000 years maintained colonies here on the planet. They were a team that decided to stay in the withdrawal of the colonies administered by Atoons. They wanted to enable the race here, and they all were originally volunteers. As such, they were here without any of the original technologies, to start from scratch, and just happened to not have work, but not sure if they will continue on the planet in this new stage of the colony. They were almost extinct several times when the planet passed by global cataclysms, and they were persecuted by various cultures of these wild times for being different. They are very intelligent, but lack the practicality of implementing solutions like ordinary humanoids. For their skills, since the days of Atlantis, they were revered as priests, those who had the words of heaven, and they were responsible for the scientific and astrological development of newer people like Incas, Aztecs, Mayans, Egyptians, and currently work with the orders that descend these varieties and still reign on the planet. During those thousands of years being born on a planet at 0 level, they regressed from level 3 to level 1, and were the first to notice the change in level of the planet. They are inhabitants of the planet Earth as you, who were also brought here. They are another race, with other DNA, very intelligent, but as they are not practical for survival alone, they join with the elite since the time of the last global cataclysm in Egypt, and are kept in subterranean colonies and in some very specific places well insulated from other societies, working in exchange for those of intelligent services. They served and serve as ceremonial contacts between various races of Greys, and other alien races from early times of colonization of Atlantis until the present day, talking telepathically with them without problems. Therefore they gained acceptance and unrestricted protection of the dominant elites. Many of them worked with scientists reptilians when they were still here, and many are now living in the colony on Mars too. See, they are not bad. They are simply dependent. They have very little breeding, and so the race did not get a great development on the planet, being in the range of approximately 10,000 individuals currently. Do not care too much about them, because if the elites fall, they may fall along too. Even if they survive, they are not fighters, are thinkers, will not pose any threat. I'll get back to you as soon as something is about to happen, or to give general news. Be well, friends.